Eala wraps up 2025 tennis campaign at Macau Masters with loss to world number 9 Andreeva. Eala closed her 2025 campaign with a straight sets loss to world number 9 Andreeva, 6-4, 6-2, in women's singles action at the Macau Tennis Masters on Sunday, putting the final punctuation mark on a season of steady growth. The 20-year-old Filipina held her ground early, matching Andreeva shot for shot in the opening set before the Russian's depth, timing, and court coverage gradually took control. By the second set, Andreeva dictated play more consistently, sealing the win and ending Eala's competitive run in Macau. Eala and Andreeva were originally scheduled to face each other twice over the weekend, including in mixed doubles, but illness forced Andreeva to withdraw from Saturday's doubles match. Eala instead teamed up with China's Jerry Shang, pushing Spain's Alejandro Davidovich Fokina and China's Yibing Wu to the limit before absorbing a narrow 7-5, 7-6, 1 defeat. While the exhibition losses will not affect Eala's world ranking, the Macau Masters offered a fitting close to her 2025 season. The year saw Eala move beyond promise, gaining valuable experience against top-tier opponents and reinforcing her place in the international tennis conversation, especially during her recent golden win at the 33rd Southeast Asian Games in Thailand, as she heads into the off-season with momentum and confidence. Eala wraps up 2025 tennis campaign at Macau Masters with loss to world number 9 Andreeva. The lights inside the Macau Tennis Masters arena glowed softly against the evening sky, reflecting off the polished court like a quiet promise of drama. For Alexandra Eala, the final ball of her 2025 season would be struck here, far from home, against one of the most formidable opponents on the women's tour, world number 9 Andreeva. When the match ended, the scoreboard told a simple story, a straight sets loss to a higher-ranked player in peak form. But tennis, as Eala has learned over the course of a demanding year, is never just about numbers. It is about accumulation, of moments, of lessons, of belief, and Macau became the place where all of that settled into perspective, a stage set for growth. The Macau Masters had drawn a strong field, blending established stars with rising talents hungry to test themselves before the season's curtain fell. For Eala, the tournament represented both an opportunity and a reckoning. The 2025 season had been her most expansive yet, more main draw appearances, tougher opponents, longer travel weeks, and a growing expectation that she belonged on these stages. Facing Andreeva in the later rounds was not an accident of the draw, it was a sign of progress. The Russian, already a fixture in the world's top 10, arrived with the calm authority of a player accustomed to closing out big matches. Her shots carried weight, depth, and intent, forcing Eala to defend from uncomfortable positions early on. From the opening games, Andreeva's precision was evident. She redirected pace with ease, turning defense into attack in a single fluid motion. Eala, meanwhile, fought to establish rhythm, using her speed and court awareness to extend rallies and search for openings. The contrast in experience showed, but so did Eala's refusal to retreat. Fighting through the pressure. There were moments, brief, electric flashes, when the match tilted. A perfectly timed backhand pass. A service game held under pressure. A rally that drew applause from the crowd as both players stretched the limits of movement and patience. In those exchanges, Eala reminded everyone why her name continues to circulate among tennis's most intriguing young competitors. Yet Andreeva's composure proved decisive. On key points, she served wide with confidence, stepped inside the baseline, and took time away before Eala could fully set her feet. Break points slipped by, not for lack of effort, but because the margins at this level are unforgiving. As the second set unfolded, fatigue, physical and mental, began to surface. It had been a long year for Eala, one marked by constant adaptation. New surfaces, new time zones, new expectations. Still, she pressed on, refusing to let the match drift quietly to its conclusion. Every game was contested, every point earned. When Andreeva finally sealed the win, the handshake at the net carried mutual respect. One player moving deeper into the elite, the other still climbing, but no longer looking up from the bottom. The weight of a season. For Eala, the loss marked the official end of her 2025 campaign, and with it came a natural pause, a moment to breathe and to look back. This was the season where promise began to harden into consistency. Wins over higher-ranked opponents. Matches that went the distance. Weeks spent learning how to recover, reset, and return stronger. There were setbacks too, early exits, nagging injuries, matches where confidence wavered. But each challenge added texture to her journey. Tennis had asked her difficult questions this year, and while she didn't always have the answers, she never stopped responding. Macau, in many ways, was the perfect closing chapter. A tough opponent. A neutral stage. No easy narratives. Just the reality of where she stands and where she can go. More than a loss. Statistics will record the match as a defeat, but seasons are not measured solely in wins and losses. They are measured in resilience, in the courage to compete without guarantees, and in the quiet confidence that grows from facing the best. Eala leaves 2025 with a clearer sense of her game. Her movement remains a strength, her court sense sharp. The next step, one she has already begun to chase, is adding weight to her shots and authority to her service games, tools that turn close contests into victories. Watching Andreeva operate at full efficiency offered its own lesson. This is what the next level looks like. This is the standard. And it is no longer distant. Looking ahead. As the arena lights dimmed and the crowd filtered out into the Macau night, Eala gathered her gear, her season officially complete. Ahead lies rest, reflection, and preparation, the unseen work that defines a professional athlete as much as match day itself. The 2025 campaign may have ended with a loss, but it also ended with clarity. Alexandra Eala is no longer simply a talented prospect testing the waters. She is a competitor learning how to survive and eventually thrive in the deep end of women's tennis. Macau was not the finish line. It was a comma. And somewhere beyond the off-season, beyond the practice courts and early mornings, the next chapter is already waiting to be written.